Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Wattsburg Area School District, where we are student-centered and future-focused for a world-class education. This is the Wattsburg Area School District Board of Directors work session for Monday, May 12th, 2025. I now call the meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Blazer.
Present.
Mr. Brummagem.
Present.
Mrs. Burlingham.
Here.
Mrs. Hetherington.
Here.
Mrs. Lee.
Here.
Mr. Morvay.
Here.
Dr. Pushcheck.
Here.
Mr. Williams.
Here.
Mr. Young.
Present. Thank you, Mrs. Bendy. School reports. Dr. Blim, will we have a school report for next week?
Yes, Yes, the middle school, I believe, they're going to speak to the board about Envirothon.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Berlin. Guests and citizen comments. Do we have anyone signed up for this evening? All righty. One note I need to make at the beginning of this meeting. The board did meet in executive session prior to this meeting for the purpose of discussing the contract negotiations with the Wattsburg Education Association. All right, moving on. Superintendent's report. Dr. Berlin, will you have a report for us next week?
I'll have an update next week, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. Berlin. Now for the Business Administrator's report from Mrs. Vicki Bending.
Thank you, Mr. President. For this evening, I have the treasurer's reports as of the end of April. General fund, cash in that account, $10,957,714.16. Capital projects has $17.22 in that account, and cafeteria at the end of April had $751,908.09. Student activities in balances in that collective account, $77,271.85. I will have the budget versus actual and the cafeteria profit loss report ready for next week. And then moving on to the bill lists, there were two bill lists written between last board meeting and the work session. General fund totaling $40,499.33, and cafeteria $73.83. The rest of the bill lists will be on the agenda for next week. Thank you.
All right, we look forward to seeing those for next week. We have one item under legal advisement for this evening. This will be on our agenda for next week. This is the ratification of the collective bargaining agreement between the Wattsburg Area School District and the Wattsburg Education Association. This will be to ratify the collective bargaining agreement between the Wattsburg Area School District and the Wattsburg Education Association, including all the appendices, and it will be for an effective date of August 16th, 2025 through August 15th, 2028. Does anyone have any questions on that item? Hearing none, you will see it on the agenda for next week. The chair will now recognize Dr. Andy Pushcheck for finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under finance for next week for the board's consideration, we have two items. 7A is the Food Service Management Company renewal cost reimbursable contract, and 7B are the standard monthly budgetary transfers from budget to actual reports. Two items for next week, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. Pushcheck. Are there any questions on those two items? Hearing none, though, you will see those on your agenda next week. Thank you, Dr. Pushcheck. Thank you. The chair now recognizes Mr. Jeremy Blazer for Buildings and Grounds.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have three items for the agenda next week. 8A is a renewal of our snow removal agreement with Elson Trucking. 7B is the facility use request at Fort LaBeouf School District using our athletic baseball field facility. And 7C is our HVAC preventative maintenance plan approval.
Thank you, Mr. Blazer. Are there any questions on those three items? Hearing none, they'll be moved over to the agenda for the regular board meeting. Thank you, Mr. Blazer.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The chair will now recognize Ms. Nicole Lee for personnel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to start by requesting we add a agenda item for next week. This would be from 9A of our April voting session to include all the appointments for summer help. We are going to have a reconsideration vote.
Are there any objections to moving that back onto the slate for next week's meeting?
I believe our solicitor advised last week to explain to the public why we're doing it.
Could you please, Dr. Bushjack?
I would feel
Absolutely.
that's the maker of the motion.
Yes, so we had a motion, a board member has a child who was going to be under employment with the district, for which there should have been an abstention. It was merely an oversight on his behalf on the motion, as it contained multiple individuals who will be under employ with the district. With reconsideration of this motion, it will move back on for next week. Proper abstention will be obtained, and we can motion forward with those individuals. Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Hearing no other additions to that, we will add that item onto the agenda for next week.
Okay. And then I have quite a few other items for the agenda. They include A, appointments as listed, B, resignations as outlined, C, summer help rates, D, leave requests, E, job descriptions, F, tuition reimbursements, G, Erie County Sheriff's Office Deputy Sheriff Services Agreement, and H, ESS substitute list additions.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Are there any questions on these? How many were there? I always have to count.
A lot.
Any questions on those items as presented? Hearing none, they will move over to next week for our regular board meeting. Thank you very much, Mrs. Lee.
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes Mrs. Brittany Perlingham for policy.
Thank you, Mr. President. There is currently nothing under policy at this time. If that changes, we'll address it then.
Thank you, Mrs. Burlingham. The chair now recognizes Mr. Stephen Morvay for curriculum.
Mr. President, currently there are two items on the agenda for next week under curriculum. The first item is the high school health curriculum, which is the partnership between us and the Education Training Research Health Curriculum, as noted in the attachment. And the second item is the refocus room agreements between Sarah Reed Children's Center and Wattsburg Area School District for the refocus rooms at the middle school as well as at the high school. Those are the two items on the agenda, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Morvay. Are there any questions on those two items? Hearing none, they will move over to next week for a regular meeting. The chair now recognizes Mr. Jesse Williams for technology.
Mr. President, so let me see if I get this right. I'm going to add a motion that we are going to add on a item under my technology. Are we calling it just phone contract, Vicki? Is that what we're going to name that?
It will be a contract for the purchase of communication equipment
That's it, yeah.
and continued VoIP service.
Okay, so upgrade to phone system, and that will be added as an addendum?
It
for
will,
next
yes.
week? Okay,
Mhm.
excellent. All right, we'll see that service agreement. Any other questions on that one or clarification? Nobody wants to talk electronic communications?
I do have one more thing to mention. So there is a cost for the equipment
Okay,
that is not currently living in a bucket in the budget. So I will be recommending a fund transfer to transfer $45,000 from the unassigned fund balance to the committed fund.
Yep.
For the purchase of the equipment.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, you will see that next week as an addendum item. Thank you, Mr. Williams. The chair now recognizes Mr. Greg Bremingen for transportation.
Mr. President, I'll have one item for the board to consider next week at this time. Transportation A, transportation request to approve the transportation ratification, request and ratification of field trips since last meeting as attached.
Any questions on the transportation requests? Hearing none, those will move over for next week. Thank you, Mr. Brummagen. Chair now recognizes Ms. Lee Hetherington for athletic and extracurricular.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will have one item on the agenda for next week, and that will be the volunteer list additions, and they are listed below.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Hearing none, they will also move over for next week's regular board meeting. Thank you, Mrs. Hetherington. Under miscellaneous this evening, we have a Kidder Media agreement. This is to approve an agreement between Kidder Media and Wattsburg Area School District for the 2025-2026 newsletter production as attached. Does there anyone have any questions or comments on that agreement? Hearing none, that will move over for your consideration next week at the regular board meeting. Chair now recognizes Mr. Stephen Morvay. Will you have a report for us from the Joint Operating Committee of the Erie County Technical School next week?
Yes, Mr. President, that'll be on the April Joint Operating Committee meeting. I'll have a report.
Thank you, Mr. Morvay. The chair now recognizes Dr. Andy Pushchak. Will you have a report from the Tri-County Intermediate Unit for us next week?
Yes, Mr. President, similar fashion, brief April board meeting report.
Thank you, Dr. Pushchak. We look forward to hearing it. It's now time for board correspondence and dialogue. Does anyone have anything for the good of the order this evening? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move, Pushcheck.
Nicole, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Meeting is adjourned.